Y'all ready?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, we were just chopping it up, talking about Arch Manning, man, the youngest brother of the Manning crew, Archie Manning, Peyton Manning, and Eli Manning. Yeah, go check it out for the Texas Longhorns, man. 67-yard TD scramble and rush. Yeah, that was epic right there, man. So you already know they put it like this: the consensus probably gonna have him ranked high as hell. So y'all know what it is. Y'all know what to do. But hey, week two, welcome to another episode of the MPR Fantasy Football Podcast, man. You already know I go by your host and commissioner, Commissioner Bo. Stay dangerous in the standard side of things and pop out and show ninjas on the PPR stand of things, man. So what the business is.
You
Cool, what's
changed
good,
you
my guy?
changed your name to that, and that's why we can't get Wayne at the Super Bowl.
We gotta talk about it too. We gotta talk about it. I feel bad for him, but at the end of the day, man, like it is what it is. It is what it is, yo. Cool. What's good, my guy, man? Midwest Monster.
Me. NPR
You did.
family, what to do?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Marquise, what it do?
Proud
What it
member
do?
of the 0-1 club.
The old one club. You stupid, bro. Marquise, what it do, bro? What business is? Revenge season. I gotta
What's
keep
happening
saying
with
it.
you?
He's the champ. He's the
Yes,
champ.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, man. You already know what it is, bro. Gotta pull my broski name up, man. Hey, week two tomorrow already, man. You guys already know how fast this shit go by. I ain't even gotta explain it to you. Week two already. We're gonna get into it and get through it. I gotta start with this guy that's on the screen right now, man. Christian McCaffrey. I want to start with him first because it was a blockbuster trade that went down in our league, if you want to call it blockbuster, whatever it is. You know, Team Myers. I feel sorry for him, but at the end of the day, I'm just looking at it like he's not out for the season. Christian McCaffrey was put on IR yesterday or today, and he's out for the next 4 games. So that would make 6 games that he's missing, including tomorrow's game against the Minnesota Vikings. But outside of that, I got Jonathan Teleform in the PPR side of things. I feel like, I feel good. You know what I'm saying? And obviously I played Sweet Revenge season in PPR, but I feel good, man. But I didn't see this coming. Maybe I did see it coming. Um, a lot of people call CMC injury prone. We've had our arguments and debates back and forth in this league for many, 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 many years.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Many
sir.
years, and you can contest to that,
Yes, sir.
Marquise. You definitely could. You know what I'm
Always
saying?
been in
So
his defense.
always, always, bro. So it's just we could talk about the 49ers wait until the last minute to set things. But I just want to see how the mass feel, man. I want to see how my broskies feel about what it is. I definitely want y'all to tell me about the trade or whatnot because I want to clarify some two things. No, I want to clarify one thing because it goes hand in hand. I said earlier in the season as the commissioner of our league, right? I said that days before games, and that's Wednesdays and Fridays, we will always push trades. Now I wait a little bit, and I wait a little bit longer for these trades to go through. But I want, what I'm saying, you guys as users and I myself to be able to get the trade done and make other moves, right? Because I know some people like to make trades and they like to make another trade after they just made a trade. So get things done. And the other day of the week, I'm letting it ride. I'm gonna let the app, what I'm saying, do what it's supposed to do. So I was barked up my tree. I was howled at the moon that he and I'm speaking of Team Myers won the CMC. How do you guys feel about CMC? Is he coming back? Do you feel any type of way about his injury? Because I feel like he's coming back. I just think it was precautionary. It was the right thing to do to put him on IR. And shit, Jordan Mason didn't miss a beat for the 49ers. So, in any particular order, I'll start with you, cool. How do you feel about it? And the reason why I start with you because I know Marquise has been in some heated debates about this shit for years. So I'm gonna start with you, cool.
I think you made the right move. As far as the fantasy side of it, I think you made the right move. You can't wait to see if a guy is going to produce for your team. You need somebody that's going to produce for you in the present. Um, as far as CMC goes, long term in football world, um, I do think he is injury prone. However, you're injury prone when you are used in every single facet of the game.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be asked to run between the tackles, run outside the tackles. He's going to be asked to pass block. He's going to be asked to block for Debo when Debo run the end around or when they throw some like little tight end screen to Kittle. It's McCaffrey out there blocking for him. And I mean he gets the rock a lot as far as between running and passing. Under Shanahan the last couple of years, he gets the ball. I think it's almost 400 touches in both years, or
that's a
something
lot.
something close to that, or over. It's over 350. I know, in like both years that he. So I mean, uh, I'll defend him in that regard. But as far as the fantasy outlook of it is concerned, man, you need people that's gonna produce for you right now. And if you wait and see down the road, yeah. Do I think CMC is gonna come back and help a team out? Any team that has him as a manager
Hmm.
later on in the year, yeah. But I'd like to stack up wins right now in the interim while he's hurt. Not have to
Mm-hmm.
not have to wonder what if later on in the season I might not be in the playoff picture by then. So
Yeah.
yeah, good move, man.
Yeah, look, and before we get to you, Marquise, man, it was such a aha moment for me, man, because for real, like where I felt happy, I felt, you know what I'm saying, my empathy was in it because you got to look at it. I'm commissioner, right? Excuse me if I'm lagging right now, but hope you guys hear me. But it was just more so of we still here, like we don't know if he's going to be put on IR or not. So I got to make that move because, like I said in the chat, in our band chat, like where I had 2 to 3 trades already set up, people wanted him from me in the PPR sense of things, and I held out as long as possible. But neither here nor there. I got Jonathan Taylor in return for him. Um, Obviously, my opponent or the guy who traded me, Team Myers, he has Jordan Mason already, so I feel like he's not really losing out. He has his handcuff and a plethora of other running backs on this team. So Marquise, I gotta ask you, bro. You already know we've been through this. We've talked about this. We've argued about this plenty of times, man. How you feel about this situation with CMC, the 49ers organization, and the fantasy move, the trade that I made?
I'm gonna start with the trade first because I ain't even see that until just recently, and I was like, man, like at first I'm like, I saw how Myers was like, I guess he didn't expect CMC to be out, and the
Hmm.
little hoopla behind that. Also, I mean, me looking at it at the time it went down, I probably would have vetoed it, knowing that 9 times out of 10, I knew everybody knew Christian McCaffrey won't go actually play once they told you it was dealing with his Achilles. A lot of people not gonna be playing for a little while, and this is an injury that happened back in January, so it's like
Hmm.
if it popped back up, there's a good chance he's gonna miss a few more games. So if at the time, if I would have saw it, I probably would have vetoed the trade. But now looking at it now, it's just like, hey man, you got what you asked for. Like, hey, that's just the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah,
But on the real world side, in terms of the 49ers and how they handled it, I think that is disgusting, man. They
yeah,
and it robbed not even just in the fantasy sense because it robbed a lot of people like of just like preparation or anything. It's just like why wait? Like if you know he's not playing, I get you. What difference is it gonna make? They're still not gonna have a game plan for Mason. Their game plan, no matter what came in, was to stop 23, not Jordan Mason.
Yeah.
So whether or not you told them the day before the game or whatnot, how much preparation you think they're gonna get in the 24 hours before the game or a couple days? Like, no way. Like that, I don't like how they handle that.
Yeah, no, you absolutely right, bro. I just think as far as the other side of it is concerned, I think as far as what you were saying about Shanahan, I didn't. I'm kind of like you, but I don't know. I don't know if that was more so. I don't know. I feel like he been prepping his team for that the whole time. Um, to just be like, hey, we not gonna have CMC. He probably been prepping them for that.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But I don't think it was. I don't know. I don't know how that's going. I don't know how that's going to fare down the road. I just don't. I don't. I never really cared for how Shanahan handled things in the grand scheme of how he is as a head coach anyway. But you know, we'll see. We'll see. I just don't. I'm kind of with Marquise. I do think it was handled wrong in some ways. But
Yeah. And I just want to clarify as the commissioner of the NPR Fantasy Football League, man, the standard NPR set of things. Like at the end of the day, like I stated, like, the veto is the veto. It takes six people to overturn any trade. Those six people got to vote. It ain't even, you can ask or what have you. You can go into your bag and you can go into DMs and ask, hey, can you veto this trade? But just know that Wednesdays and Fridays, any trade that comes, they're pushed through. And the reason why they're pushed through because you have a ball game Thursday night, and then you got to get ready for Sunday games, including playoffs too. When playoffs roll around, you're gonna have Saturday games. You got Friday night games too. So we pretty much, I mean, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But we're gonna have more Friday night games too. So we just got to figure that out. But other than that, man, CMC, IR, it is what it is, man. Let's push right along. This is a bit one right here. This just broke maybe an hour ago, maybe 45 minutes ago. Hollywood Marquise Brown, man, he's out for the regular season. They did not said playoffs or potential Super Bowl. They said the regular season. They didn't say out for the season. So Marquise, this definitely a bit one from you, man. You know what I'm saying? We talked about we chopped it up earlier in the week about the hour spot or whatnot, but he's not with you, and I seen you drop him in your respective league, and you know he's not there. But I don't feel like the Kansas City Chiefs is going to miss a beat without him. But for fantasy purposes, it could be different. So Marquise Brown, bro, how you feel about him, man? Shit, he got your namesake for the first name. So how you feel about him, Marquise?
I feel like I wasted a draft pick, man.
Got you.
Ah, you know what I mean? It's just and then with the little misunderstanding, it was just like, man, if he would have been clear for practice, I would have put him on my bench. But I knew he wasn't cleared, and I saw that all reports were like he wasn't gonna play this week. So it was like I didn't expect him to go on, the not finish, have a season ending injury. But it was like I knew he was gonna miss a little bit more time too, also. But uh, this sucks because I drafted him. I think I drafted him probably about the 7th, 8th round.
Yeah, that's a big pick right there, man. Definitely a big pick. You know what I'm saying? So you could have grabbed somebody else, but no one had expected that. And the way they was talking, they were saying that that the clavicle, that the collarbone, it should have healed, but obviously you need surgery right now, man. Cool. This is one of your I always say your second home teams, bro. You know what I'm saying? We all obviously know how you feel about the Kansas City Chiefs and Pat Mahomes, man. Like, what's your take on it?
I love the Chiefs. I ain't got no love for Hollywood Brown.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I much respect. I mean, I think he was going
Nah.
to he's going to have a added dynamic. I thought he was going to have an added dynamic to the offense. Obviously, a lot of that downfield stuff that they want to run. Andy Reid want to air that ball out.
Yeah.
And it probably has. I think it's made him a better play caller the last couple of years that they haven't been able to kind of air it out, like kind of playbook wise how they want to be able to throw the ball. you know it probably don't sit well with Andy or Pat with him having that cannon for an arm and they throwing a
Yeah,
bunch of 7-yard, 6-yard routes, things of that nature. But I think
slants.
I
Hmm.
think it's been good for Pat, and I think it's been good for Andy Reid as well, just as far as mixing up the play calling, getting different people involved, making sure Pacheco get touches out of the backfield, things of that nature. You know, Kelsey is like 7-Eleven. He always there when you need him. So
Yeah,
it's I don't think I don't think it really means anything in the grand scheme of the team because he really hasn't been with him. He got injured for a little. I think he got nicked up at first in training camp
yeah.
once training camp already, and then now he missed the regular season game, and now you're not gonna have him. So I definitely got Xavier Worthy in that starting lineup right now. So let's go X-Man.
Hey, that's a good move, right, man. That's a definitely good move. I mean, who can argue with that? You know what I'm saying? Obviously, week one he went off. Rasheed Rice, a lot of people call him Rasheed Rice right now, slant man, but shit, he went off. You know what I'm saying? So the other one is Travis Kelsey. Pacheco did what he was supposed to do, and obviously Pat Mahomes is Pat Mahomes, man. And speaking of quarterbacks, man, moving right along, man. I want to throw this dart in here, man, because I feel some type of way about this, but I understand why. You get what I'm saying? So this next player, man, Tua, man. I just got one question for both of you guys, man. Is it time to let it go? Obviously, three concussions in the last 2 years. Obviously, we know. If you don't know, you can YouTube it. You can see how this conversation was brought about. This debate was brought about, man. The first concussion, per my research, it happens rapidly, but when you start to even if you start to have a whiplash, even if you put your head down fast the wrong way, you feel those symptoms. Is your brain is already damaged per what I've read and researched and stuff like that. So Tua, man, I don't know, man. How do y'all feel about Tua? Is it time to retire? Antonio Pierce said, man, hang it up, bro. Think about your family. The coach of the Raiders. I feel the same way. I mean, I know he just got paid. I know this is the Miami Dolphins quarterback, their premium premier quarterback, but I gotta ask, cool, how you feel about Tua, man? You think it's time to hang it up?
Man,
It's tough.
I had a spirited argument with my dad and I him and my brother got a little group chat. We always talking sports. And I had a spirited argument with my dad about this. Yes, I do. Um,
I do too.
the reason I do is because the main reason I would say that when they said this about a year or so ago, like maybe like right before last season got off, he had a concussion before the start of last year, and a lot of people were saying then that it didn't look good for him because he went stiff the last time that he got
Yep.
hit, and a lot of people were saying then it might be time, but I
And co-
disagreed then mainly, and I know this might sound like I think people sometimes get offended by just real life, real some certain things is real life. The man hadn't got paid yet. So
yeah.
that's why I said last year when everybody was saying, "Oh well, it might be time for him to have," I'm like, that man ain't got. He hadn't. I mean, listen, he's a starting quarterback. He's making good money, but prior to his contract extension, no, you got to secure that for your generational wealth. Um, I mean, if I'm thinking like him, yes, if I'm his loved one and I see my loved one on the field stiff and not moving, yeah, I don't want you to do this no more. But as
Yeah.
far as his life is concerned, I got to secure that generational wealth, man. And it's only ain't no other job that pay you 200 something million. Ain't no other job that pay you 50 million a year. This is
Hmm.
he had to secure that for himself. Now that he has now secured guaranteed money, I'm sure there's a pretty hefty buyout clause if he can't continue the rest of his contract or
Yeah.
continue the rest of his career. But whatever that buyout clause is, with the ticket that he's making for the year, I'm sure it's a hefty. I'm sure he'll be able to live the rest of his life comfortably with whatever that buyout clause is if he was to retire now. Insurance money. I mean, they always say the NFL insurance money ain't worth a damn, but at the same time, if his family is secure and the rest of his like generational wealth is secure,
Hmm.
for me, I'm hanging it up. And the main reason for me is the hit by Damar Hamlin that he took, you gonna get hit harder than that. If he can't take hard hits at all, like he literally, if we've gotten to the point now where he can't take a hard hit. I think all of us remember when Pat Mahomes had the scramble in that AFC Championship game when the Cincinnati Bengals dude hit him out of bounds late.
Yeah.
But he took the hit. He got up, took the hit, and they ended up winning the game. Sometimes as a court, Josh Allen last week had to get up.
Yep.
He got somersaulted in the air. Got some dude smashed him in mid air. Hey, as a quarterback, bro, to get the gig is the gig. Sometimes you're gonna have to take those hits. And if he just simply can't, if he can't absorb hard hits, then he can't play in the NFL. That's just the nature of the business. Obviously, quarterbacks are protected, but at some point you're gonna have to make a play. It's gonna be a championship game, a playoff game, where they're gonna need Tua to go get 7 yards to get a first down. And every time he gets hit, he's concussed. That you can't play in the NFL like that.
Man, tough money, Marquise, bro. Tua, obviously, I already know, man, how you feel about your Alabama Roll Tide. You know, he's an alumni, man. Like, is it time to hang it up for him?
Man, it's easy for me to say yes because you would want a guy to think about himself or at least his health.
Yeah.
But nobody know how Tua's feel other than Tua. So I mean, if you feel like you can play this game and play at the highest level and be smart and find a way for this not to happen again, then yes, I do what you feel is best. But also, don't put your life at risk.
Yeah.
I lost a teammate from having too many concussions too close together, and that's not fun, dog. It's not fun. So I say think about your health. Hey, dog, that's the first thing, self-preservation. And then after that, everything else gonna fall in line.
It's gonna
This is a
fall in
tough
line.
topic. I don't really like talking about it too much because it brings up losing the teammate and whatnot. And I remember it vividly. Like that is, and man, it's not that serious. It's a game.
Yeah. And we definitely appreciate you sharing that, bro, because that is real. You know what I'm saying? CTE is real. NFL players already lost their life. College players, you can go all the way down to Pop Warner to high school football. Like it's definitely real, man. So and the little things, Dolphins had Coach Mike McDaniels played with fans and media members to allow Tua Tagovailoa to focus on his health before discussing his career. So that's the latest statement. And then, we just got to wait and see. It's a wait and see game. I don't, me personally, my take on it, I don't want to see him in this light. It sucks. Like Cool said, it wasn't really a hit. Like he just ran into his, if I'm not mistaken, he ran into his thigh pad or whatnot. His head, shifted a certain type of way, and they call it defensive position where he freezes up and his arms are just stuck. So, but you can't take too many of those. You definitely can't take too many of those as a human being. So, man,
And just to
prayers up.
wrap this up too, Bo, to go to Marquise's point, he's absolutely right, and that's the part that I'm glad he brought that up because that's the part that my dad was kind of hollering at me about. He was like, "Dog," because my dad worked at CTA for the train company for like 20 some years, and he was like, "Dog." He said he remembered vividly there was a man that he worked with that he had been working there for about 38 years and he just loved his job. You know what I mean? He could have had been retired 10 years before that and he just loved his job. And he said he wanted to go out on the tracks. They would go weld certain things and repair things on the train tracks. And all of his people told him, like, dog, this your last year. Just go ahead, chill. Don't do all that. Just go ahead, lay back. We got young boys that can handle that. And obviously he didn't want to, he just loved his gig. And he went out there one day, and my pops was telling me he went out there one day. They had incoming trains coming in. He ended up getting hit by a train. He didn't even get hit. He even get hit full on. He got nicked by a train, and he got hit in the shoulder and died. And it was like, and he said, and that's and he made reference to that kind of what Marquise was saying. He was like, everybody told him, ain't no point in you going out there and risking this. And he said, you can't tell a man what he believes he should be able to. That's his life. You know what I'm saying? But for me, the reason I can say what I'm saying so definitively is because it's the nature of his job. The nature
Facts.
of his job isn't just he ain't at a desk job. He ain't a job where he has to assume a risk. It's inevitable that there's a hit coming. It's inevitable. If he plays for 2 years, 4 years, 7 years, 10 years, there's a hit coming. And if you can't perform your job, I don't know how you move forward like that. I just don't. I'm not trying to tell. So I don't believe I have the right to tell any man what he should or shouldn't do with his life. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't want nobody to tell me what to do with mine. I just don't believe that he's able to perform his duties as an NFL player anymore.
Hey, dope ass takes, fellas, man.
Just the plug. Rest in peace, Jaquan 350 Waller, dog. That's my teammate that passed away.
Yeah,
Rest in
rest in
peace, Quan.
peace. Yes, sir. Rest in peace, man. Rest in peace, man. Dope tape, bros. Because it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like this is real life. Outside of what we think and what we root for every Sunday, Monday, Thursdays, Fridays, what have you, even on Saturdays when we watch college football, man. People putting their lives at risk, man. I will say at the end of the day, like that's one of the reasons I haven't got my son, not to drag along too long, but that's one of the reasons I haven't got my son into football right now, because I researched that, starting too early, it starts early, with the hitting and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. I felt some type of way about Tua, and when I seen it, I was like, "Damn, man, not again." So that's three, maybe four concussions in 3 years, 2 years, 2 seasons. So that's big. But hey, man, let's move right along, man. NPR, this is what we do. Hey, Marquise, man, you ready to get into your studs and duds?
Yes,
Dope
sir.
ass
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
Let's get into it. Yes, sir. Fresh off the block. This is week one studs and duds. Our host Marquise put this together, man. This is a dope segment, man. Got to start with Josh Allen first, bro. Obviously, this is Josh Allen, man. Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, so many people counting him out. So many people are
Yep.
still counting him out, saying that the Bills is not this, the Bills is not that. But they finding ways to win, man. Like 3 touchdowns the first week, and then Thursday night, 3 touchdowns, the hat trick from James Cook, and they won in grand fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Josh Allen, bro, let's get it. How you feel about your stud, man? He's definitely a stud at the quarterback position, and
If
he's
anybody, oh my bad.
no, you good. Go ahead.
If anybody remember, I was one of the ones that was harsh on Josh Allen. I said I thought this was the year we finally see Josh Allen for what Josh Allen is. Well, the first 2 weeks of the season, I tipped my hat to him. Like he balling. He's playing some good ball. So in terms of fantasy wise, he's clearly been the QB1. There's no other quarterback that has put up the numbers he has so far just to start the season. So, I mean, I tip my hat to him.
Yeah, Josh Allen. Cooley, you got any takes about Josh Allen, man? He's definitely one of Marquis's quarterback studs, man. Like he's been balling.
Absolutely a stud. I think we was just talking a couple weeks ago after we did our draft. I was telling y'all, if you look at all the Mahomes records right now, like basically over the last I was looking at some stats over the last 3 years, basically that Mahomes been dominating the league. He's tops in passing yards, passer rating, completion percentage, touchdowns, wins, blah blah blah. The person who's second on all of those lists is Josh Allen. So and I said before the year, I wasn't so much with at Marquise where I thought that Josh Allen would come down any. I just didn't know what to expect because when you lose, like I think he lost something. They said like almost 300 targets between Gabe Davis and Diggs.
Ooh,
When you lose all those targets, which if they get that many targets, then those are your main guys that you're looking at. So if your main guys that you're looking at are not there, then it's up in the air for me. I didn't know what to expect from Josh, and clearly, he's showing y'all, man. He's answering the bell, man. Putting his body on the line, doing just Josh Allen is definitely a stud, man. no doubt.
Yeah, definitely a stud. Definitely, man. Speaking of studs, man, it's hard to find these kickers, but Jake Moody is definitely a stud. My
Yeah.
my take on this, bro. He won a lot of people a lot of first. He won a lot of week one victories, but like
Man,
I'm telling you,
I
a
saw a lot of angry tweets, man. I saw a lot of angry tweets.
lot of man. My kids, I gotta ask you, bro. This your kicker. This your stud, man. How you feel about
I'm
him?
glad I didn't have to face him week one. That's how I feel. My goodness. He put up only, he almost put up 30 of them. Yeah. I'm
He
like,
put him
yeah,
up.
I'm glad I didn't have to face him. That's how I feel. And clearly, the number one kicker so far. So he put up numbers like that weekly. So, hey, he going to break fantasy.
Yeah, definitely on that, man. Jake Moody. Hey, cool. I gotta go with you on this one, bro. Like he picked them, Marquise picked them, man. This is studs and duds. This is definitely a stud. He picked the Yo Faithful, the Chicago Bears defense. Hey, how you feel about it? I feel like they showed up and showed out, and they got the victory.
They did show up and show out. I'm a keep my praise to a minimum though, because Will Levis kind of gave you he kind of hand delivered a couple of just easy turnovers. Um,
Yes.
so I'm a keep that too. I'm gonna keep praise to a minimum. But like Marquise was saying prior to the season even starting, they fast. They look hungry. They look like they having fun too. That's the other thing about them. They out there. They celebrating after every play. You can see them
Hmm.
on the sidelines talking to each other. I know that as a Bears fan, that hasn't been the case for a little while. Lot of confusion. Motherfuckers not knowing where they supposed to be at. Different assignments being missed. A lot of that
Yeah.
changed when Montez Sweat got there. Shout out to the Commanders for giving us that giving us that little boost, man. A lot of that changed when Sweat got there, man. Once they shored up that D line, man, I think those DBs they hunting now, man. So I'm
Man,
just keep it
ain't
to a
they?
minimum though, because it was Will Levis. I'm gonna keep it to a minimum though, but I'm happy.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. On the other side of things, we gotta get into these duds, man. I was definitely shocked to see this dud, but I gotta hear his take on this, Marquise. Jalen Hurts, you picked him as a
Yeah.
dud quarterback.
Which is crazy to say because, he still put up decent fantasy points, but it's just like, that was a terrible game. That was a terrible game, but they still won. It's just like, we expect you to be a top three quarterback, man, and them two picks is just outrageous.
Yeah, and you know, as I was in the band app and I was sitting there thinking, I was like, yo, he's just throwing into double coverage so many times, man. Like, is he antsy? Is he nervous? Is it jet lag because they played in Brazil? But yeah, we just gotta wait and see, man. Jalen Hurts is Jalen Hurts still. I mean, obviously he won you a championship last season, but yeah, man, cool. You got any takes on this one right here, Jalen Hurts?
I'm not really worried about Jalen. Um, Obviously, I need Marquise to make a phone call, make sure he get him dialed up because I got Devontae Smith now. Uh,
Me too.
Okay.
Me too.
so yeah, man. No, I'm not. Honestly, man, I'm not. I'm just not really worried about it. I think that Jason Kelsey shit that's big time.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
Yes.
fumbling snaps in game one is not good. So I mean, we got bad snaps, high snaps, low snaps, and Jalen's always been a little funky because he always like bends his knee when he catches the snap or
Hmm.
whatever. So they got like a little dip. Him and Kelsey always had a little different little delivery between that. So
Hmm.
uh, you know, but if they sure up, if they get that together, if Saquon repeats anything that he did in week one,
Mhm.
then I'm not worried about Jalen moving forward.
I tell you, the scariest offense in the league, man, if they get it right.
Yeah, they on clicking on all cylinders. Whew, that's gonna be tough, man. But moving right along, man. You picked this tight end, Sam Laporta. Definitely disappointed week one. I don't know if it was matchups or the grand scheme of things, but yeah, let's hear it.
I'll let you go, cool.
Um, I think this was more about I think. Listen, I said it before the season, man. I think Laporta's. If you look at everything from last year, if you put his numbers up next to Dalton Kincaid, they're the same, minus the touchdowns. Uh,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Laporta has to get in the end zone for him to pay off for fantasy managers. Um, I said that before the year, and I stick with it because Jameson Williams has now come alive. Amon Ra is probably the most steady receiver in the league right now, even though he had a bad week one. So
Hmm.
Porter got to get in that end zone for him to pay off for fantasy guys. So yeah, this is a dud right now, and it might be a few more duds if he's not getting in that end zone.
Yeah. Definitely agree, man.
And I got him, so he better tighten up.
No, a lot of people have him, man. I mean, you got to look at it. He was ranked tight end one over Kelsey, over Mark Andrews. You know what I'm saying? The list goes on. So people are definitely waiting for Laporta to break through, and it's going to happen. We already know, but you just got to look at it. It was just week one. So outside of that,
Mhm.
man, the last stud in this studs and duds segment. Oh, and there's two of them. Woo, Marquise, you
Oh,
got it.
oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Yes,
hey,
yes,
save
yes.
y'all breath. Save y'all breath. I got it. I got it. I got it. Don't you save y'all breath. That blonde head mofo. Hey, go back, go back to the brown hair, dude. Go back to the regular hair, dude.
That's what it is, cool.
I don't know what that BS was, man. Yeah, obviously I'm a Burrow Chase manager. I got the stack, and no, I'm not worried about him long term. But that was just like, ugh. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Like, dog, you got the T Higgins out there looking half-assed. Chase, obviously, look, he missed all the training camp, so I didn't expect him to come out, full force ahead. But it just looked ugly. It looked nasty. And then you playing a team that had minimal offense. Like,
Yeah,
it shouldn't have took a whole lot of offense to beat New England. So, I
yeah,
mean, that was just disgusting. But I'm long term, I think they'll be all right. But that was just disgusting.
yeah,
Yeah, cool
definitely.
fits it. Cool said everything.
Hey, and plus more, man, because I felt like I'm gonna be honest with you because the opponent that I was going against in standard and our standard league, he had Ramondre Stevenson. I was like, I know I've had Ramondre Stevenson before, right? And I'm talking about the Tom Brady days in fantasy football. Like we can go as far as that. Like, why is this guy like he's dominating? Come on, Bengals. Come on, Bengals. Like at the end of the day, we know T. Higgins is out with hamstring injuries and stuff like that. So Chase, you want your money, bro? You got to show up. I just that I'm still gonna hold myself to it. If you want your money, you got to show up. A lot of people
Hmm.
said that he need to be paid. It's 2 years out before his contract is over, bro. This is the time. You want your money? Separate from the mass, separate from the pack, and earn your money. This is just what it is. Yeah.
He
So
want Justin Jefferson money. Play like him.
yeah, and even if it's a penny or a dollar more, you want his money. You gotta play like him. You definitely gotta play like him, man. So without further ado, man, that was a dope segment, man. Studs and duds, fellas. Outside of that, man, let's get into these NFL pick'ems, man. You already know what it is. I'm gonna bring this up for you guys. Tough money, yes, sir. And I made a mistake earlier. Marquise, you are 10-6 on this list. 8 and 9, 10 and 7. Sorry, I got to look down the list. 8 and 9 for me and Cool and Cup. You're 7 and 10. Woo, we got a
Ooh.
long way to go. Yeah. So with that being said, let me bring this up. Let's get our picks going. And I already picked mine, so we're just gonna run through them.
Yeah, I picked mine too, so I think we all should
Yeah, I
be
Yeah.
got
able.
mine.
So
I got
yeah,
mine.
everybody got theirs in. I already looked at them. And as your commissioner, man, I got to do a better job. And I'm gonna say this live. Where we missed the Thursday night game, but we can fix that. So Buffalo
Yeah.
and Miami. But outside of that, Cleveland and Jacksonville, I gotta see my opponent's pick. Marquise, you picked Cleveland on this one, man. Everybody went with the consensuals and went with Jacksonville. It's a good matchup to me. Definitely a good matchup.
Yeah, I think Cleveland gonna get this one just based off their defense. That's their strength.
Yeah,
Jacksonville offense, we'll see. We don't know what offense is gonna show up, and it could be a long day for Trevor Lawrence type thing.
yeah. I think on this one, just my 2 cents. I think Jacksonville is definitely gonna be able to pass it more, be able to where I'm looking at, Greedy Williams and all of them in the Cleveland defense, I just think that it's gonna take a little bit more for them to click. Where I feel like Christian Kirk struggled last week. Brian Thomas Jr., LSU. I feel like he's going to come alive in this game, and then Evan Ingram. So I think Trevor Lawrence is definitely going to find his targets. Cool, you got any pushback on this one? You picked
I
Jacksonville.
I felt kind of like Marquise. I do think that Cleveland's defense is going to show up. I just don't think. I think we're in the NFL where nobody wins on defense anymore. That offense, you got to produce. You gotta produce something. And Deshaun, my boy, man, we gotta get him some massages or something, man.
Man, don't even sleep on that.
Man,
Man,
It's too
man,
early. It's too early.
man,
man, my boy.
dang.
Hey, let's move right on.
That man cool, crazy.
Bad man himself.
Hey.
Indianapolis at the Green Bay Packers, man. Everybody picked the Colts to win against the Green Bay Packers. Obviously, Jordan Love is out with his injury. They got him actually questionable. They didn't put him on IR or anything like that. So, that's just it is what it is. Anybody got any takes on that, and we can push right along. But
Two words, Malik Willis.
Malik
yeah,
Willis. Malik, that's that. I'm with you.
yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, so I feel the same way, man. You guys got Packer wide receivers or, whatever the case. Even Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs should get a healthy amount of carries this game because they ain't gonna be able to pass the ball, man. Like they not.
No,
Yeah, they
no.
not. They
I'd
not
be
at all.
surprised though. This probably one of them games where he come out look good and then he gonna suck the rest of the games he
Yeah,
start.
it's gonna fold. It's definitely gonna fold. Yes, sir. So let's move right along, man. The Chargers versus the Carolina Panthers, man. I gotta start with this one. Obviously, I already know about Brewski and Marquise. This is his team. This is his home riders. He's going with Carolina, man. I'm not too sold on Carolina right now. And it's more so of I'm starting J.K. Dobbins this week in standard league over David Montgomery. So, I'm looking for him to do big things. But other than that, man, Cool picked the Chargers, Cut picked the Chargers. And that's just what it is, man, Marquise. Hey,
Mhm.
you riding with the home team, bro. I feel you. I
I
definitely
think it
do
was
feel
just
you.
a bad week one. That's
Yeah,
all. I
I
think it
feel
was
you.
just a bad week one.
I definitely feel you on that,
Wish
bro.
I had somebody to love me like you love them, man.
Hey man,
Because I can't do it, dog. They look
one
good.
of one of
Look,
these days you get what you asking for.
hey, 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 man. No, I want to see them do well, man. Every
I
time I
do
look at
too. I
Carolina,
do
I
too.
think about Cam. I don't, I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I know. Panthers fans might not feel like that, but I look at every time I see that jersey, I just think about
Yep.
Cam. Bro.
Yep.
I wanted Cam to get that MVP, that Super Bowl. So I just, I just
Hey,
want.
cool. It's funny that you said that, bro, because every time I think about him, I think about Cam, I think about Steve Smith, and
Steve
and
Yes,
Smith,
this is
sir.
look, this is in no
Julius
particular
Peppers.
order. Julius Peppers, Luke
Julius Peppers.
Kuechly, and then I gotta say, what's my boy? He was the running back for my Washington Redskins at the time. Um, I can't even think of his name, man. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. But I just think about, especially is Cam, Steve Smith, and Julius Peppers and Luke Kuechly. But that's big time, man. That's big time. But yeah, we got to move right along, man. Las Vegas Raiders versus the Baltimore Ravens. All of us, the consensus picked the Ravens. I mean, I just, yeah, the Ravens gonna
But
win, man. I
yeah.
just feel like Derrick Henry is gonna come alive in this game right here, man. Last week the Raiders could not stop the run, It was just water leaking out of the faucet. So if it's one of those games, the Ravens should win this one right here. So all
And
of us pick.
I think it definitely works in they favor too. That Derrick
Yeah,
Henry had like a so week one. Like
yeah,
he wasn't feeling that. He don't
right,
like being on the sidelines while Justice
right.
Hill is out there and all that. So I think it bodes well that he probably gonna be a little pissed off in this game.
Yeah, he's gonna run like hell, definitely. So all of us picked them. Moving right along, man. The Saints, man. Obviously, we were just talking about the Carolina Panthers. They dominated in grand fashion in week
Mm-hmm.
one, but they on the road against Dallas, man. Let's see these picks right here. Saints. I picked Dallas. Cool and Cup picked the Saints. Me and Marquise picked Dallas. Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I picked Dallas on this one. I think this is going to be an aha moment for the Saints fans. You know,
Yeah,
I,
they had a lucky week one.
lucky week one, and I chop it up as that one. So yeah, Dallas over the Saints.
Yeah,
Just keep it
that's
pushing,
why.
man. That's why. All right. Here's another one right here. My faithful Washington Commanders, man. Everybody picked the Washington Commanders over the Giants. And now this is one question I gotta ask y'all. Why? Why do y'all feel like this? Because
Because the
I just feel
Giants
like
suck.
my defense sucks.
But they got Daniel Jones at quarterback.
Daniel
Daniel
Jonas.
wish he was throwing dimes.
Two
And I
words. Daniel Jonas. That's why I picked him. That's it.
and
I,
I know him as Danny Dimes. Maybe we should call him Danny Pennies at this point because he's not throwing dimes. But I'm
Danny
just
can't throw no dimes.
yeah, I was eager to see this. I was like, whoa, everybody picked the Commanders on this one, man. And one of those reasons I picked, man, I think Jaden Daniels is going to have an awesome game. Obviously, he had one against Tampa Bay and that loss, but I think he's definitely going to have an awesome game. But that's crazy. That's definitely crazy. But moving right along, man, New York Jets at the Tennessee Titans. Let's see what the consensus pick. Everybody picked the Jets to get their first win against the Tennessee Titans. Obviously, we talked about Will Levis earlier. Tony Pollard. Obviously, we don't believe in him. We don't believe you need more people. So, Cool picked them, Cup picked them, Marquise picked them, and I picked the Jets to actually get their first win. So, we ain't even got to dig deep into that. Obviously, the Jets probably super hot that they played a piss poor game. I hope all the kids are asleep, but they played a piss poor game against the 49ers. They should have done a little better. Yeah, man. But this is an interesting one right here, man. Everybody picked the Seahawks on this one. Obviously, and we'll get into the injury report. Kenneth Walker is not playing; he's doubtful. Zach Charbonnet is at the realms. So, Patriots won last week. Seahawks lost. So, but everybody's picking the Seahawks. Marquise, you feeling the type of way about this game right here, bro?
Uh, I think Seattle gonna get back on the winning track. Oh no, I
I
mean
think
I
so.
think they're gonna pick up their second win. My bad. Uh, I think New England just gonna have a hard time stopping the run.
I definitely agree with that too, man. Even with Kenneth Walker being hurt and he's not playing, and Charbonnet is playing. I think they're definitely gonna have to run that ball. You know what I'm saying? So, but kudos to Mayo, man. He got his first win as a head coach, so that was dope to see. But
Yeah,
it was dope to see. Cool, and he takes on this one right here, Seattle, New England. All of us obviously picked Seattle.
yeah, this was just about this for me was just about this was a me pick. That's what I call a me pick. I'm starting Timo in PPR, so
Oh yeah,
it's just a me pick. I actually think New England. It's always tough playing up there, no matter who the quarterback is. It's always tough to play in New England. Um, so but and that Kenneth Walker news is that's tough.
yeah,
That's not small potatoes as far as the Seattle's season is concerned. They need him. So
yeah. They
Zach
definitely.
Charbonnet season.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's definitely he's in line, man. San Fran at Minnesota. I'm pretty sure. I haven't looked at this one.
Clean sweep.
Yep, clean sweep. All of us picking the 49ers. Obviously, Sam Donald came alive playing the Giants, but it's just like we said, they're the New York football Giants. And Justin Jefferson went off too. So, it's the 49ers are going to win this game. We ain't even got to dive too deep into this. They're going to win this game. So, clean sweep. This is a big one right here for me, man, because did Baker Mayfield really earn that $100 million or not? I picked the Detroit Lions. Clean sweep again. Everybody picked the Detroit Lions.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit, tough game against the Rams, that week one. But, David Montgomery won it in overtime, but they should take care and handle business at home. So let's move right along, man. The Rams at Arizona Cardinals. I picked the Rams. Everybody put the Cardinals. The reason why I picked the Rams, I think Cooper Cup and Matthew Stafford is going to have a hell of a game. With the addition of Karen Williams, I don't know if Demarcus Robinson is going to come alive or what have you, but I just picked the Rams. I just feel like they're the better team. I don't really believe in Kyler Murray right now. Um, I just don't believe in that team right now. James Conner is going to be James Conner. Is Kyler Murray going to get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. Or what have you, or whatever their defense is? But I do want to ask you guys, man. Y'all see something different in this game than I do, as far as them being at home?
I'll let
I
you go,
think
Bill.
that I think that Puka effect is going to work in reverse for it'll work out great for anybody that has Cooper Cup as a manager in fantasy, but I
Hmm.
think they go force feed him the ball too much, and I think I think you revert to back to some old ways, things of that nature, and I think that kind of works in reverse. It worked better when it was Puka and Cooper eating together. I think that's the
Gotcha.
best version of the Rams. If it's just you force feeding one of them, I just don't think that works long term. It'll work for fantasy managers because Cup don't eat, but as far as the Rams are concerned, I just don't think it's. I don't. I think they need both of them in that lineup for the Rams to be the best version of the Rams. They're not gonna be the best version with just Cup.
Gotcha. Now both of them are 0-1. Definitely both of them 0-1. Same division. So hey, I gotta go into this one right here, man. Bengals, are they getting their first win against the Kansas City Chiefs?
Hey,
Marquise, you gotta respond.
man, not looking like how they working week one. Absolutely not. No way. That was disappointing, man. Like I was heartbroken. Like, dang, I'm so glad I ain't Jared Chase this year, dog. I saw how
Man.
last year went.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey,
my bad, cool. My bad, man. My bad.
God, dog. No, honestly though, Burrow get up for that though. That whole Burrow head that they had a couple years ago with the air and playing the Arrowhead, he
Yeah,
get up for playing Pat Mahomes. So it wouldn't shock me if the fantasy side of this works out for the fantasy managers of Burrow Chase, but I
That's
still
true.
think they not beating Kansas City.
yeah, that's tough. They're not beating Kansas City, and it's loud. It's tough for Kansas City, man. So, moving right along, man. Pittsburgh at Denver. I obviously pick Denver for this one. I know Pittsburgh got a nice defense with Queen, T.J. Watt, Joey Porter Jr. The list goes on, man. I just don't believe in Pittsburgh's offense, So I just feel like I'm going with the home team on this one. Everybody picked Pittsburgh to win this one, besides myself.
Hmm.
So that was my take on that. So you know, I just feel like Denver is going to win this game. This ain't got nothing to do with anything else, but I just feel like the home team, Sean Payton, they're going to win this game. They're going to figure it out. So I just don't believe in Pittsburgh's offense right now. So this is
I
a
feel
big
you.
one, man.
I
No, go
feel you.
ahead, Boo.
We trying to get Justin Fields paid, man. I know it might not look the greatest on paper, but
Hmm.
Yeah,
that's my dog, man. I
I
got a
love it.
place in my heart for Justin, man. I'm trying to
I
get him
love it.
paid, man.
I love it. Me too, Broski. I love it. Man, this is a big one, man. Sunday night football. Chicago, cool. Your Bears. Bear down. at the Houston Texans. They're on the road, man. I picked Houston in this game. I'm pretty sure I didn't see this. I'm pretty sure you picked the Bears. Why not? That's your home team. Everybody, and yeah. So you're the only one to pick the Bears. I'm going with Houston on this, man. Speak your piece, bro. Gotta speak your piece.
Uh, that's the homer pick. That's the homer
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah, I don't
Based on
blame
what
you.
I saw in week one from Houston, got Diggs got in the end zone. Nico had over 100 yards. There's no reason for me to really believe that they're going to win this game. And based on what I saw from my quarterback, that didn't even get 100 yards passing. Godly, but Sunday night people tend to play. But DJ, if you remember, Marquise, I think both of us had DJ Moore last year. This was his biggest game of the year, was on a Sunday night. So
Mhm.
I mean, teams for whatever reason, the teams you never expect to win when it's a prime
Mhm.
time game, they usually show up and play well. So
Mhm.
that's all I'm just banking on, big lights, prime time, and they just play their ass off. But yeah, y'all are probably right.
Yeah, but look, I'm gonna tell you though, for real, I'm gonna say why I think this is a dope game to have on a Sunday night because we always have those top teams on Sunday night. Like either the Green Bay Packers, the Cowboys, the Patriots. Like in years past, like and the list goes on. But Chicago and Houston on a Sunday night, like you know what I'm saying? Normally they'll be on a Thursday night game or what have you, but a Sunday night that's big, man. Like
Mhm.
I think Caleb was going to show up. I really think this is a game that he's going to show up. I just think Houston just going to have a little bit too much with him. That's all. That's all. So I mean, two
Can't go
one and
no
no
good.
teams. Yeah, 2 1 and no teams, man. But last but not least, the Atlanta Falcons. Let's get into it, man. I picked the Falcons over Philadelphia. This is my sleeper pick. Let's see what it is. Everybody picked the Eagles to beat the Atlanta Falcons. I think the
Oh yeah,
Falcons are gonna beat them on the road, man. I really do.
no, no.
I really do.
Don't
I
say
think I think Bajan is going to have one of those James Cook games. I think Kirk Cousins is going to come alive. You know what I'm saying? Kyle Pitts is going to score. Drake London might score. I think it might be one of those games, man. Because I really don't believe in that. Especially without Fletcher Cox. I just feel like everybody praising C.J. Gardner Johnson and stuff in that secondary with the Eagles. I just don't see it, man. Like they struggled against the Green Bay Packers, man. It was tit for tat, scoring for scoring. So I just feel like Atlanta has the firepower to dominate the Eagles. Not dominate. I'm not going to say dominate. I just think they're going to etch it out. If anybody, Young Wei Koo, not Young Hoku, but Young Wei Koo might get the game winning field goal.
it.
He might get the game winning field goal, fellas. Yes, sir. But man, that's a dope tape, man. For real, man. We're gonna go ahead and get up out of here for real, man. But I do want to run down, man, these the injury reports, man. Like we said, the Seahawks running back Kenneth Walker III listed as doubtful for Sunday's game in New England. Seattle elevated rookie running back George Holini, sorry, to the active roster. So, and this is a big one too. This is one of the reasons that I did pick the Falcons to beat the Eagles. Eagles are listing wide receiver AJ Brown as questionable for Monday night due to a hamstring injury. So that's one of those Monday night games again. Hopefully, we don't have a repeat of past Monday night where CMC was out 90 minutes before the game. People struggled to plug and play in fantasy, but yeah, AJ Brown, man, AJ Brown definitely is on the injury report with a hamstring injury. That's a soft tissue injury. Cool. Keenan Allen and Romeo Duzier both listed as questionable for Sunday night game. Houston, the best elevated wide receiver, Colin Johnson to the active roster from their partner squad. So
And he can play. He can play, bro.
he can. He
He can
definitely
he
can.
can he can play. I don't bank any. You're not gonna beat the Houston Texans with a practice squad player. But I mean, he can play. He can
Yeah.
play. Now that boy was lighting the preseason up. Him and Tyson Bajan was lighting shit up in preseason. That boy
Yeah.
he can play.
Yeah, he definitely can play, bro. But outside of that, man, I do. Before we get out of here, man, I do want to get into. I want to stop this right quick. I do want to just look at our lead right quick and then go from there, man. This is our standard league of things. I myself, only because I'm logged in, but 1-0. Why so serious? 1-0, and this is the standard league, the standard side of things. Gridiron Gods 3. He's 1-0. Savage Shell Road 0-1. Bad News Villain 0-1. Midwest Monster 0-1. So looking for you guys to turn those things around. And on the NPR South side of things in standard, you got RRS 757. He's 1-0. He doesn't have CMC right now. He's already in the chat trying to get a deal for him like I did in PPR. Really don't think it's going to work, but I mean, anything is possible. Anything is possible. So Team Myers 1-0. Revenge Season, you're 1-0. Team Avalio, 0-1. Any Taliban 0-1. Taliban, sorry, 0-1, and Pity Pat Pat is 0-1. So yeah, man, it's going down tomorrow, man. It's definitely going down tomorrow. Let's get to PPR. Let me bring this up for you guys. That's not it right there. Just bear with me 1 second.
Hey, real quick, Marquise, while he pulling that up, I do want to ask you, and I'm not throwing no shade. I'm just curious to know why did you start Bryce Young last week?
And PPR?
Yeah, because he's a quarterback. You never know what you're gonna get.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna have a better season. I'm not concerned about week 1. Now, like I said, if this get past like week 4 and he's still putting up these tight numbers, then I'm concerned.
Yeah.
Now it's like I'm starting to think maybe he is a bust. Like, but right now, no, it's one game. New system once again. He got so he's like, I'm giving it time. I'm gonna trust the process because the coach has said everything right. I like Dave Canales, so I'm gonna trust the process. I
just
saw
thought
what he did with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah. No, I just thought it was a little curious last week because I remember you said it in the chat. You was like, "Why did I start him?" And I looked at your team. I was like, "Damn, I didn't even realize you started."
And
Yeah,
I didn't either.
I took George Pickens out last minute, nah, I'm gonna just start Bryce Young, forget it. And then the game started. I was like, God, dog, why did I start him?
That's my
Hey,
same thinking this week with Geno though. It's more like I could put somebody else in that flex spot, but he a quarterback and he's missing. You playing a team that you should beat. So I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
kind of got the same. I kind of got the same thinking anyway.
yeah, and I feel like, look, even with my take, man, I feel like Gino is going to have a great game. Not taking anything away from Charbonnet. I feel like they're not really going to miss a beat, but I just think it's one of those games where Gino's going to air it out. You know what I'm saying? DK Metcalf, JSN, and Tyler Lockett. So it's just I just feel like it's scheme and script for this platform right here, man. But PPR, man, a rich dad, poor dad. This is Pollard Greens, formerly known as Pollard Greens, man. PPR champ for last season. He's 1-0, starting off to a good start. The Good Fellas is 1-0. Saratoga Pirates is 1-0. Our co-commissioner. Bash for the win is 0-1. Pity Pat Patton is 0-1. And Midwest Monsters PPR is 0-1. Obviously, it's just one game. So we got a lot of games to play left, man. 13 games before the playoffs start. Team Myers, man. Appreciate you, broski. I definitely appreciate you. You're 1-0. Lamb, that is Keenan, Team Keenan. He's 1-0. Team Avaya is 1-0. Phenomenal 0-1. Pop Up and Show Ninjas is 0-1. And obviously, sitting with me, broski, Sweet Revenge Season is 0-1. So, yeah, man. It's going down, man. Tomorrow, Sunday, we
Yes,
live in
sir.
effect. So, other than that, man, if you good brothers got anything else that we missed that we didn't talk about, man, speak now, forever hold your peace.
What y'all think? I mean, just for the listeners out there, we are multifaceted brothers, man. We talk a lot of
Definitely.
football, but just to take us off topic a little bit, this Canelo fight finna come on. Who y'all think finna win?
Whew, boy, I'm struggling with that one, cool. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm struggling with that one.
That
I'm
Berlanga
struggling with
kid is really nice. He just too
he
young.
is.
If this was about 2, maybe 3 years down the road, he'd have a real shot. But I just think he's a little bit too young to like play the cat and mouse game that Canelo. He a vet in that ring. But he's a damn good fighter though.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going Canelo on this one. Like you said, just the veteran presence. But I will say that I haven't really been following boxing like that, but I did peep this out a couple of weeks ago. I was like, damn, Canelo fighting again. And I was like, let me look it up. Who is he fighting? What's the stats? What's the what the game card look like? Or you know what I'm saying, the box card look like. And I'm going with Canelo on this one. I just feel like you said, the veteran and he's gonna dominate the young boys. So yes, sir. Marquise, you got any takes on the boxing match tonight?
Nah, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I ain't even been keeping up with boxing here lately. I ain't even know there was a fight going on tonight. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, and it's a big one too, man. Definitely a big one.
Hell,
T-Mobile
I don't
Arena.
blame you.
So
It ain't nothing to keep up with because none of our favorite fighters want to fight. They only
Yeah,
fight about
oh,
they only fight about once a year. So
hey,
and,
for real, for real.
that's maybe an exhibition fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. Dope shit, you fellas, man. Dope shit, my guys, man. Hey, week 2 tomorrow. I hope you
Yes,
guys plug and
sir.
play the right players, man. Because I wish the same, and I hope the same for myself, man. Plug and play the right players. It's kicking off tomorrow, and that's just what it is, man. NPR Fantasy Football League. Like, share, subscribe on all platforms. I'm not even gonna call them out. They're on all platforms, man. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, this is another one in the books, man. We guys will see you this week. Let's go. NPR, we signing off.
We out.
Yeah, these championship rings on my hands now. In my head, I'm top 10, yeah, that's hands down.